What up, darlings? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You probably already seen this outfit and this lipstick and this attitude, but that's because I'm trying to get videos done. So here is the infamous American Idol little story time. So like I said in my previous video, I tried out for American Idol in 2012. I graduated high school at the age of 17, and then a month later I turned 18. Then I went down and tried out for American Idol. Not in the typical place where I should have, because they were not here at the time. I just missed them. So I live in Kelso, Longview, Washington, and they were in Portland, Oregon, which is not that far from where I live. So they were Portland, Oregon when I decided that I wanted to, and then they were done and I was like, oh no, and it would have cost me nothing to get down there, because I mean, what, 20 bucks maybe? Then I was like, well, I want to do this or I'm gonna regret this my entire life. Like, I will regret this situation if I do not do it. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll try to get everyone to help me out with this. Hence, like I said in the other video, I don't come from a wealthy family. I don't have money just, you know, thrown at me. Like, man, I would like that, but I don't. I work for everything that I have. My car, my cameras, my lightings, my laptop, everything that I own, all this stuff, my shoes, everything that I own, except for brand deals and sponsorships that I get, which, like I say, I always tell you when I do. But anyway, so I had to raise at least $1,000. So me and my ex-boyfriend and my grandma went down there. Family did help me raise it, and it was amazing. Family that I've never met. So if you guys are watching this, thank you guys for that. I've said it before, but I'll say it 5 years later. Thank you. We get in the car and we drive down to New Orleans, Louisiana. And I'm like, I've never been outside of Oregon or Washington. Like, those are the only two states that I did at that time. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so amazing, because I've always wanted to travel, but I was too young to. And so it was me, my ex-boyfriend, and then my grandma, and we got in the car and took turns driving. Granted, my ex-boyfriend did drive most of the way because I can't drive. I hate driving. So I'm grateful for all of that. But it was really fun when we got there, because they stayed at my great aunt Barbara's house, and I've never met her before, and it was really nice to meet my grandma's sister. She was just as funny as my grandma always said. She's just so cute and bubbly. She's an amazing person, so is her husband. Bless his heart, so prayers to him right now with things that are going on. But we went down there. I have never been to, like, down south. I've never been, you know, anywhere near it. So it was such an experience just getting there. So we stay there, I mean, at her house. And I mean, this is a gorgeous house. I mean, it's stunning. It has a lake in the, like, here's her balcony. You go out and there's the lake, and like her house, her vaulted ceilings. It's just beautiful to me, like living in Longview, Kelso, if you know what I'm saying. Holla if you know what I'm talking about. But her house was stunning. It like blew me away. And she was like, oh, this whole thing, I hate this thing. I'm like, girl, I'll take it. Like, shoot. I got to stay there. And tryouts weren't until a few days later. So we had a couple times to relax. I had time to practice and also look around and travel and see things. So what we did was we took a trip down to New Orleans, because she lived in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but or just, I think, on the outskirts of Baton Rouge. I can't remember, but anyway, somewhere around there. So then we traveled down to New Orleans so that I can figure out, because it's just gonna be my ex-boyfriend at the time, driving down there at 4 o'clock in the morning, so that we wanted to make sure that we knew exactly where we're going ahead of time. So we're like, okay, well, let's go venture out. So we took my grandma's car and we ventured, and oh my gosh, it was just overwhelming. Like, I just want to tell you guys, I'm telling you the entire trip. That's what I'm doing. I'm not just telling you about American Idol, I'm telling you about the entire experience, and looking back at it now. So we get down to New Orleans and we wanted to look at a guitar center. So we looked at a guitar center. I'll If you guys go to my Krista Cardenas channel, you'll see a couple videos of my ex playing the guitar with a stranger. But he was an amazing stranger. He was amazing at guitar. He just like showed up and like he was super sweet and like super kind, and he just was playing the guitar like no one's business. So go check it out. Link down below in the description. Check that out. It says like, I can't remember what it says, but you'll see it. And I mean, they were playing this one song, but I couldn't figure out what it was. And we've heard it before, but we've never figured out what it was because my ex never, he played it. He played the guitar a lot, like that's what he did, but he never, you know, we didn't practice that song. But anyway, he comes up and starts playing it, so comes in and like starts, you know, jamming, and it was like the cool, my ex comes in and starts jamming and doing all this fun stuff. And I'm like, this sounds really cool. Well, anyway, it was an amazing experience then. So then that was just our guitar center. Like we were just looking at the guitar center. And so then we get back in the car and we turn on the radio and you not, excuse my language, but you not. We turned the music, it's that song that they were playing, but it sounded exactly like the guy that was singing. So go listen to it so you know what I'm talking about. And I was like, we looked at each other, we're like, oh my gosh, did we just meet a famous person? Because if we did, what the heck? We low-key didn't even know. But it was amazing. It was cool in that one. And then we went and looked at like the haunted houses there. Like they had a haunted mansion or something over there. We didn't get a chance to go to, of course, Duck Dynasty's factory because it wasn't just on my list. But we went down Bourbon Street, New Orleans, ladies and gentlemen. If you've experienced that, you understand my passion and my feel for this. Because being from Longview, Washington, and going down to New Orleans, Louisiana, you know the difference in culture is outrageous. So I love jazz music like no one's business. I love jazz music. I love the saxophone. If you come up to me and you start playing a saxophone, we could be bestest friends because, oh my gosh, it gives me chills to even think about the stuff that I saw. But anyway, we go down Bourbon Street, okay? That's what we needed to get there. We wanted to see what Bourbon Street was. So we went down Bourbon Street and we saw so much stuff. Oh my goodness. We saw like interesting little sideshows. That's what I'm appropriately gonna say. We saw tons of drunk people. I mean, you go down to Bourbon Street, they're drunk. We passed bars and we passed a lot of jazz players and blues players, and oh my goodness, I was in heaven. Like I didn't want to leave. And also, we went down by my birthday. So let's just say this, my Aunt Barbara, okay, so after all of that, we went down Bourbon Street, we saw all these things. We got conned hard. Okay, so my ex and I, this guy walks up, and I mean, he's very like outgoing. He's like, hey, I can tell you exactly where your shoes are from, or something like that, or I can't remember what he said, something about shoes, right? So I know what shoes, what brand, or how much, where you got your shoes or something like that, right? And we're like, what? And he said something cool to make us like, you know, engage and stuff. And he's like, okay, I'll bet you $20. Okay, this fool, $20. I'll bet you 20 bucks that I can guess something. And we're like, yeah, okay. So he's like, yeah, it's on your feet or something like that. It was something so stupid. We got freaking hustled hard, but it was so funny. You always have to get hustled when you go down to Bourbon Street at Louisiana. Like I can't, it was amazing. Okay, so after all of that, a few days pass, you know, we're listening to thunderstorms and we're fishing and we catch turtles. Well, it was insane because this little kid out of nowhere comes up, and my Aunt Barbara and everyone, I think they went somewhere else, but we were at the house and we were like, okay, let's fish or whatever. So he starts fishing, and then this little kid comes up, and I mean, he looked like something out of Mad Max, right? Like something like cute but like weird, like you cute, but what are you doing? He didn't talk, right? He kind of kept to himself. Anyway, so we were fishing and whatever, and my ex is like, oh, we caught something. And I'm like, what? And then he rolls it up. It's a freaking snapping fish. Like, I mean, snapping turtle. Like, question mark? Cool. Like, we caught a turtle. Welcome to Louisiana. So that was kind of an experience. Then, after a few days passed, then I'm practicing my music. I'm singing in front of, you know, everybody at the house, and I'm getting nervous and nervous and nervous every moment, and I had to get to sleep. I couldn't sleep because like American Idol was happening the next morning, and so I wake up and I'm like, okay, let's do this. So me and my ex get in the car, we go, we get something to eat, we're going. It's like 3:30 in the morning. Like, I mean, we have to get there super early. So we get there, we don't know where to park, we don't know where to go. Like, we know where it's at initially, but we don't know where to go, nowhere to park. And so we parked somewhere out in the boonies, and then we're like, okay, well, let's just try to find our way. And so we found our way, we got our wristbands, we got all registered and everything. And then you think, oh, you're just gonna go in and try out. Nope. I think we waited 4.5 hours outside in the humid air. So I straightened my hair. So girls out there with a natural curly hair, you understand what humidity does to the hair, okay? So my cute silky hair that was straight, looking good, 4 hours later, it looked like an afro. Whatever, good impression, right? I am going in not expecting a thing. Like, I don't know what to expect. So we go in this auditorium. It's the Mercedes-Benz, like, arena or whatever you want to call it. It's the Mercedes-Benz one down in New Orleans. So Google it if you want to. So we're sitting there, we all come in, right? And I'm like, what? How is, this is not, I did not know that's how this worked. Okay, so we sit in, kind of like, you know, if you're watching basketball, you have all those bleachers and stuff. Well, we're sitting in bleachers, and we wait for our number to be called. Okay, and we're like, okay, so where's the room we go into, right? Like, one-on-one room, not with the judges, because I know that wasn't first anyway, but like a room to one-on-one to actually, you know, no. So as you walk in and you sit down in those bleachers and you look down where, let's say, the basketball players play, the court, there is these wonky looking, like PVC pipe curtain dividers, okay? So they've got like 1, 2, 3, and then like dividers on each side with little curtains, okay? And I'm like, what the frick is this? Like, what is this, like pre-register? I mean, is this a post-register? Like, what is this, you know? So nope, you get called for 5. So you get called, your number gets 5, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This is your group you're in. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So cool, just 5, and then 1 sings at a time, right? Yeah, that's what they do. But you go down there and you have, you know what I told you guys, the PVC pipe, curtains in different sections? Well, you have 5 people in each section. Just say there's 15 people down there at one time. You sing one time in your group, but so does all the other people in those groups. One sing, so you have 5 people singing at one time. Like, excuse me, American Idol. What did you expect? Like, that is ridiculous. But anyway, so I didn't expect that. So we're sitting down and and I'm singing, and I'm like, this girl ain't even looking at me. She's like this. Okay, so here's her little desk, right? Let's just say this is the desk, and she's like, okay, your turn. And I'm like, excuse me? You did not. I just drove 3,000 miles to get to you for you to just look down on a piece of paper. Oh, girl. No. So what I do is I look her straight in the face. After she's like, okay, you're done, I say, oh, am I? Did you even listen to me? Because I'm pretty sure you didn't. But you know what? I don't need this. I don't need you guys. I don't need any of this. I don't need you to tell me that I'm not good enough to go to American Idol when I don't even know who you are. You know, I don't know who this person is. Like, they're not even like, I've never heard of them. All these little fake judges, whatever, like, oh yeah, you're coming. No, I understand it's corrupt. The whole thing was corrupt back in the day. That's why I hated it after that, but that's why I never watch it now. But I didn't know. I was vulnerable, and I was not vulnerable. I was gullible. There we go. I was gullible to the fact that I could make it, right? I was like, I can do this. I can make it. Everyone around me is like, you can do this. I believe in you. You have an amazing talent. And I'm like, yeah, right? I did it for myself, let alone anything, and it was still an amazing experience. All the people that I met there. But anyway, after all of that happened, we had 5 people, and nobody got picked out of my group. Not one. And I'm like, okay, so Out of everybody that was on the floor, nobody got picked. Nobody got picked. You know, it's that one person that goes to the judges. One person that goes to the judges. And I'm like, I can't do this. Like, this is ridiculous. Because there was, oh my gosh, this made me so angry. There's this woman that blew me out of the freaking, like, water. Like, oh my God, like, you are amazing. You're like Beyonce status. Like, you're just stunning, right? And then she didn't get chosen. What in the hell? Sorry about the language, but I'm mad. So I'm like, this is when I realized I just traveled 3,000 miles for nothing. But then I took it back and I said, wait. That was the best experience of my life, and I wouldn't take it back for the world, because I met amazing people. I connected with millions of different people. We all sung before. Like, the experience that people don't show is the pre-tryout. So it's not like the ones that you see on TV where they're all sitting in the chairs and they line up on the out. That's not how it goes. You have to go through like 6 different rounds in order to even get there. So anyway, the cool thing is I met so many cool people on the outside of the Mercedes-Benz arena, right? We sat there for hours and we all just kind of, everyone had guitars and everyone was singing, and it was just, oh, it like blew my mind. Like, we would just sing and socialize and love and you know, that was the best. That was the best. But I do not recommend, if you wanted to try out for American Idol, go for it, but I don't recommend it. Nope, not one bit. But I do recommend the experience. And traveling 3,000 miles. Booyah. But hey, so that is my story on how corrupt American Idol is. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this, because it took me years to film this, and I've tried to film this like 10 times, but never happened. So I probably won't even put this one in. I don't know. Alright, thank you guys. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Also, leave a comment down below letting me know if y'all's tried out for American Idol, because I would like to know who of my viewers have tried out.